We've all heard the phrase, I don't care what people think, or I don't care what they think of me. And that's a phrase that people use pretty loosely. But I'd like to just open that up a little bit. Let's get clear. There's a difference between not being willing to please people. In other words, I don't do things to please people. And often when people say I don't care about what people think, they're talking about people pleasing. But sometimes it ends up, it kind of bleeds over onto not having consideration for people. And we need to know the difference. When someone is not a people pleaser, it means that they don't change whenever the environment's different. They're the same with everybody. People who are people pleasers, they will always try to fit in where they are because they want to be accepted. It's an indication of someone who's got low value. Someone who's got low confidence will always try to fit in. And they tend to be different around different people. And I call them the chameleon. The chameleon, you never know how they're going to be. They can be unpredictable because it all depends on who they're around. But that's a very tiring way to live. So we shouldn't be trying to please people when we are around them. We should be able to be who we are. Now, someone who's confident will always be the same way that they are. A person who shows confidence is someone who has consideration for other people. So they're not people pleasing, but they do consider how they speak to people. There's a respect in the way that they deal with people. They will think of someone, how would that person feel, or would that embarrass them? I would rather not say it. And is this the right time to say it? So they have consideration for people, and that's different. So you've got the people pleasers on the one hand, there's low confidence. Then you've got the people who have got good consideration for others, and that is the person who values people. They have high value, and those people are normally the ones that have good communication skills. So when someone says, I don't care what people think, we've got to divide that and say, is that meaning they're just going to treat anybody the way they want to? Or does it mean that they are not people pleasers? And we got to make sure that we separate those two, because we should not care, in other words, try to please everybody, but we should have consideration for everybody. And think of them when you're speaking. Good communicators look outward. They're looking at the impact of what they're saying on the other person. They're always asking themselves, what impact is what I'm saying now going to make on this person? Is my motive right? And so they're outward looking, and they're not inward looking. And that is the difference between someone who is a people pleaser and someone who has consideration for others that are around them. I hope that clarifies it now. So the next time you say, I don't care what people think, let it rather be the fact that you're not a people pleaser. But always remember that that's not a reason not to have consideration for a person when you're speaking to them and the impact of what you're saying.